What's up, everybody? Everybody. Wonderful. Welcome to MMA Monday here on the Funky Pod. And yes, I'm gonna keep stealing intros until I find the perfect one for me. Unfortunately, this week there was no reason to call out Miley Cyrus, but hey, Miley, in case she's listening. Yeah, so let's talk MMA. Miley Cyrus always distracts me. Let's talk MMA. Let's get right into it. UFC Fight Night recap. What a fight night it was. Well, not really. What a main event it was, though. Obviously, the first thing we gotta discuss here: Derrick Lewis sending Curtis Blades into like another realm. I was about to say hilarious as always afterwards. Derrick Lewis, especially at the press conference, but the fight was, of course, well executed by Lewis and not by Blades. And that leaves me, while I have it in my notes, it leaves me a bit staggered because like Blades was talking all the game before, right? I'm not gonna stand and bang with a banger. Like that would be stupid. Why would I stand and bang with a guy with terrible wrestling? That was a quote by Blades. And then the guy with terrible wrestling defends the single leg and knocks you out on it when coming in. I mean, karma, right? The fight itself, I think, it kind of went the way we expected it, with the exception of Blades being happier to trade than maybe expected, especially after that announcement. Again, Lewis, I think, was doing a good job. Blades also put some pressure on Lewis. It's not like Lewis was like just lighting him up. He wasn't, right? They had a few decentish exchanges. Lewis stumbled early on after some shots of Blades landed. Defended a single leg then, and maybe that's when he was like, all right, I got this. And then he was just waiting for Blades to shoot. And I mean, he was shooting straight in, like he wasn't even setting much up. It's like, bit weird for the number 2 ranked guy who wants a title shot and who was talking on like game planning and how superior his game plans and like strategy and of course his abilities are. And then bam goes the dynamite and down he goes. And it was a bit scary, like how he fell down. And then the follow-up shots by Lewis, like back then with Masvidal said it was super necessary. Here I see some criticism of Derrick Lewis that I can't really understand, because what Lewis said in the press conference in his hilarious way, he's like, what if he doesn't follow up and Blades sits up like the Undertaker and just takes the shot and then keeps fighting, right? So you gotta follow up until the referee pulls you off. So the ref's gotta be faster. Honestly, from a non-MMA professional point of view, it didn't seem that long. I mean, it was like 3 shots or so. Yes, and that's a lot. But it's not like Herb Dean took forever to go in there. He could have been there maybe 1 shot sooner, I'd say. But yeah, so of course ref could have stopped sooner, but it's not like he was having. It was not like Mario Yamasaki, right? So Herb Dean still stopped it as fast as he could. Could he have reacted a bit faster? Probably, but I mean, reaction times, right? You have to see what's happening and then you have to react. So I don't think it was a terrible late stoppage. It was just scary the way Lewis knocked him down and then the way he followed up with like all his power and ferociousness, because Blades was stiff and like it was a bit scary how he was lying on the ground afterwards, and you heard those noises over the mics that he made. That was pretty scary. And they said afterwards that he was okay after a few minutes, right? He set up and everything. So I hope that's true, and I hope he's doing okay and he recovers fast. But yeah, he should have been a bit faster. But that's just like it happens in seconds, right? So really tough to blame anyone here. Again, great performance by Lewis. Was smart, was waiting. He knew he'd come in for the takedown, and that's what he was waiting for. He said in a press conference he was waiting for the uppercut or for the knee, and this is what happened, and all good. Now he's all greased up and ready to take on Alistair Overeem. That was Derrick Lewis' press conference. First, hilarious, because he's a funny mofo, but who you want to fight next, Derrick? Yeah, well, Alistair Overeem. Like, what? Overeem, like, I mean, I love Overeem, but just lost. Lewis just won. Could go for the title eventually. again. And he's like, nah, I don't want to do 5 round fights. It's 5 rounds. I don't want that. Then just finish it. Then just finish it sooner, Derek. Then you don't need to be in there for 5 rounds. No problem. Yeah, and he called out Overeem. Apparently, Overeem snubbed him a few times, and he's like, he wants to fight Overeem before it's all said and done. I mean, this could be a fun fight, of course. Than 2 stand-up guys. Yeah, probably like another Lewis heads-off KO. But yeah, good. I mean, good for him and good for all the jokes that he's cracking. He's just so fun to watch, and it's not. He seems to enjoy just being himself, which is just a nice thing, and it doesn't look like an act or anything that he puts on there. He also said that they asked him for a message to Houston. It's so cold right now. He's like, yeah, Houston, I'm sorry, it's so cold because I'm not there because my hot ass balls are in Las Vegas right now. But I'll be back tomorrow and things are gonna get better. So he's the best. Yeah, at the Beast UFC, in case anyone who follows me doesn't follow Derek Lewis. Yeah, so good performance for Lewis. That was fun. I should have bet money. Remember, every time now Lewis fights, bet money on the man. Bet money on Derek Lewis. He would have been rich. So yeah, next time again, bet money on Derek Lewis. What else did we see? We saw, to be honest, not that much. Tom Aspinall, a new prospect in heavyweight. Tom Aspinall from the UK, who was really hilarious on the BYM podcast, is with Michael Bisping. This time without Luis Gomez, maybe that's why he was so funny. He had time to speak. So Bisping interviewed Aspinall, and they were just like trading shots a little bit back and forth, like UK English banter. It was just funny. If you're from America, from the US, I'm not sure if you appreciate that as much, but as someone from Europe, maybe, I don't know. I found it really funny how they went back and forth. So Aspinall, he really dry humor kind of style. It was fun, and I mean against Arlovsky, which is a veteran, so step up in competition here, and he choked him out. I mean the tap came really fast by Arlovsky. Arlovsky was like, okay, damn, I'm in this situation. I'm not getting out. Let's tap. But yeah, good performance by Aspinall. That's what you want, right? Get in there, quick work, don't get hit too much, all good. Let's see where this goes from here. He seems on the right path, seems to be a good dude. Looking forward to hearing more from him. Yeah, I like it. Some of the follow-up news then, or like news around MMA, the UFC, because there wasn't much other MMA. Bellator wasn't running. One Championship wasn't running. Let's see when they will be back rather soonish. Let me talk about this again. Kamaru Usman came out. Of course, he came out. No, not like that. He came out saying that he thinks it's foolish of Colby Covington to not have taken the fight against Leon Edwards, because now Covington is just sitting out, and it's not doing any favors. He can't just wait for a championship shot again. He needs to stay active and fight, and it was stupid not to take the fight against Leon Edwards. Speaking of Leon Edwards, after Khamzat Chimaev is out for the 10th time with COVID, and I hope he gets better soon, because I want to see him get destroyed in the octagon, not by a disease. Who stepped up to fight Leon Edwards? Mr. Big Balls, Bully, Belal Muhammad. Respect. Just 4 weeks. It's going to be like 4 weeks to the day after his last fight. He's going to step in to fight the biggest killer he's faced so far, than Leon Edwards. His last bout, we discussed it on here against Diego Lima, was like a great performance, but his leg was a balloon. So let's hope that leg recovers until then, so that he can put up a good fight here. Great step up for Belal. Respect for those balls. Coming off like this fight against Lima, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm taking Edwards. If Belal pulls it off, and I mean, why wouldn't he after this last great performance? This would be like a huge boost in the rankings, which would be like really cool. Let's see what Edwards got. Is the ring rust real? We will see. Edwards always a very, 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 very good fighter. I believe, like a great skill set, great mixed martial artist. So let's see how this goes. I'm looking forward to the fight. That's a great step up there, and very much appreciated. So that should be fun. I like it. We also had Lil Wayne. Why not come out saying like there was a awesome knockout by Lewis. He said like crazy AF or something like this. So Derek Lewis always gets the mainstream reactions, which is nice, right? So like lots of mainstream guys seem to like Derek Lewis, which brings more lights to the UFC, to MMA, which is just a nice thing. Yeah, so that's it with everything around the UFC, I believe. Well, actually, not really. Everything in regards to fighting for now, maybe, because we have people talking to. And of course, there are certain UFC personalities that like to talk. One of them is back. I haven't heard from him in a while. Sugar Sean O'Malley talked, sat down with the schmo, with baby in his hands, and arm, however you say that. Looked kind of cute, to be honest. And he was talking, actually. He was making sense. He wasn't like only saying it was just a fluke last time, blah, blah, blah. He was actually just addressing it like very briefly. And then he was just breaking down the bantamweight division and a few other fighters, which showed that he's a really smart dude, which I really appreciated. It was nice. And he said, Sandhagen should get the next title shot. He said he's looking forward to the match between Jan and Sterling. Hard to predict who's taking it. But he said he also believes that he can beat everybody, of course. He also was hating on TJ Dillashaw, which I agree. He's like, why would he get a title shot right after the 2-year suspension? Why isn't he fighting now? He's back. He's allowed to fight. Why isn't he fighting now? What's he waiting for? Doesn't make sense. He should be itching to get back in the cage, no matter who. Agreed. So first time that I find myself agreeing with Sugar Sean basically all the time. It was nice. We also saw the schmo's on a roll right now. We also saw the schmo chilling with Triple C. And honestly, like after a while away, it's kind of fun to see him again. I mean, pulling out his King of Cringe gimmick, of course, to the fullest, hating on everybody, saying he's so in love with his second ever girlfriend. Yeah, it was just nice to see Cejudo again. I can't believe I'm saying this. It was fun, and we all know he's gonna come back eventually. So yeah, if he comes back against Alex Volkanovski, so the thing is that would be cool. Think about Cejudo, what you want, right? If he would go after a third title in a third weight class, that would be pretty badass. Then again, I would hope that when Cejudo comes back, because that probably would need to take a while, that by then Max got his belt back. But if for some reason Max wouldn't have his belt back, then I wouldn't mind seeing Cejudo trying to take on Volkanovski. But other than that, I'm hoping for Max, of course. Yeah. So that was fun seeing Cejudo again. Let me know what you think about the King of Cringe. After a while away, it's kind of fun again. Like, I don't need it every week, but like every few weeks, I can appreciate the gimmick every few weeks. What else? We had also, of course, we had also Gina Carano talking, saying that Disney bullied her and so on. See, it's so hard to take sides now. If she would have been a little bit more apologetic and saying like, yeah, that was a bit tone deaf of me, I easy take anybody's side who is like going against like the big corporations, especially a corporation like Disney, who definitely has the power to bully people around. And just because they make movies about cute robots or princesses doesn't mean it's a nice company, right? Problem is, she never came out to apologize, at least not that I know of. If she did, let me know. Then I'll change my stance right away. But they're just doubling down. Nevertheless, her claim of Disney bullying her, you can define bullying in several ways, I guess, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. If Disney tried to pressure her into doing certain things or posting certain messages on her social media profiles and she's like, nah, I'm not doing this, I could believe that this is true. But let's see where this ends up on what the Ben Shapiro movie about her life is gonna end up be like. What else do we have? We have the UFC now having a content partnership with TikTok, an official content partnership with TikTok, and they call it, let me check my notes, groundbreaking sports content on TikTok. I wonder what Donald Trump will say about this. Dana White selling out to a Chinese company. The China. Does Dana White know that TikTok is from China? Interesting and weird. Why not partnering with, I don't know, an American company? Okay, because they want to reach the Chinese market. While I ask this question, I understand why. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Let's see what kind of content they're producing. Will we see the karate hottie? Sorry, Michelle. Dance even more because she's showing off those dance moves on Instagram quite frequently with Holly Holm and so on. Or let's see what kind of content they're going to create on TikTok. Okay, makes sense if you want to reach different markets. Yeah, be on those platforms that work there. Fair enough. They're gonna blow up over here in Asia for sure. What else? Oh yeah, Brandon Shope has a new format, like a new show called What's Up with Brandon Shope. I'm gonna say Shope now because I'm German. Brandon Shope, and so he's going one-on-one, face-to-face. That's what they say with like fans, and then they ask him a question via Zoom or whatever, or FaceTime, and then he answers it. Like you can see his face and then the face of the fan, and basically they're discussing things. They're talking. She's talking too. That's an interesting approach, but you can also see that while they're doing this, he's not happy. He's clearly not happy having to listen to my cat, for example. Spooky, can you be nice for a second? She's in heat right now. Probably because I said the name Brandon Shope and now she's like all in heat. Spooky, don't fuck up my recording right now. Say hi to the people, Spook. Hi people, I'm horny. Getting spayed soon, don't worry. Don't call Peter. Now I have to set up the camera again. Don't call Peter on me. Got an appointment already, so it should be all okay soon. Back to Brandon Shope before here Spooky got horny. So he's got this show like What's Up with Brandon Shope, and he's talking one-on-one with fans, and you can see sometimes his face goes like, and I'm not sure if it's the right format for Brandon Shope, to be honest. And I'm one of those people hating on the fighter and the kid right now, which is really just terrible. But I like Shope when he's on Rogan, like when he can play off Rogan. That's just cool. And then you can see he knows some stuff, or at least he's also funny. For the chocolate body thing, for example, was hilarious. But him all by himself, all alone, like same with the Food Truck Diaries. I mean, they are only good if the fighter is entertaining. Otherwise, it's just lame. So I'm not sure if it's the right format for Brandon Shope, but maybe I'm just a hater. So let me know what you think about Brandon's new format. Also, I wouldn't mind to know how to get on there, to be honest. I promise I would ask nice questions. Promise. How you promise I would ask only nice questions to Brandon Shope. Yeah. Speaking of the fighter and the kid, by the way, kind of MMA related, right? So let's talk about it. I had it on the media cast on Friday. Brian Callen was back in the studio, so it was the first time that in forever that I actually clicked on the fighter and the kid again, and it's like, hey, it's Brian Callen back, and it was just so much fun to hear the rings again. So that's just cool. It would have been cool if they would have figured something out, but now that Callen got like his new podcast, Big and Hungry with Steven Adams, I don't think there's a chance for him coming back to the fighter and the kids. Yeah, so that's sad. So TFAK, TF are kind of dead to me, to be honest. I'm not gonna follow Chin's escapades, killing people or cats, OnlyFans. Sorry guys, but I might just follow the rings and Steven Adams. Also, what was funny was Brian Callen was criticizing Andrew Schultz's boxing videos that he put up boxing clips that he put up on his IG, just hitting some myths out there. And yeah, so I mean, he knows a lot about boxing. He hasn't done a lot of boxing, I think, from the looks of it, but he's definitely better than Stephen A. So Andrew Schultz, I think, would do the Derek Lewis thing to Stephen A. probably. But like overall, it looks a bit stiff. But I mean, no problem. If you just start, that's all fine, right? But Brian Callen, like all the other guys, I think Shope and so on, were giving him props. Like, hey, Andrew Schultz, yeah, looking quite good, looking not bad, and so on. And Brian Callen is like, yeah, for someone who's just starting, I guess. I mean, he looks a bit stiff and he's got a big nose. Confirmed. Brian Callen versus Andrew Schultz. 8 rounds, 12-ounce gloves, boxing exhibition. That would be fun though. But nice to see some comedians also like actually getting into it. So that's cool. Maybe all the talking about it actually then gives you the drive to actually try it out for yourself. So yeah, that was nice. That was fun. And let's see if there's a follow up from Schultz or I don't know, a reply to Callen or something like that would be fun. We have seen a lot of build up to the next great PPV pay-per-view, of course, Adesanya versus Blachowicz. Still curious to hear more of what you think about this. What's going to happen there with Adesanya and Blachowicz? Every time I think about it and I write down some notes to like in regards to, hey, let's make a prediction video and so on. I'm like, like Adesanya looks really cocky and like really arrogant. He's like, yeah, Blachowicz is a great fighter, but I mean, I'm greatness. I know what greatness looks like. That's what they say before they fall, right? But we always think that about Adesanya. Like, so, yeah, he's so cocky against Costa. Boom. And we said, oh, he's too arrogant. He's too confident against Robert Whittaker. Whittaker's going to show him. So I'm getting more and more intrigued by it, to be honest. I mean, Jan isn't the super intimidating, dominant champion that John Jones was, but still he looks pretty big and powerful, right? So Polish power. So I mean, if he connects, maybe he's in trouble. Who knows? So I'm getting more and more intrigued as time goes by, coming closer to that event. Let me know what you think. Same with like the other championship fights, Petr Yan, Aljamain Sterling, and especially then what's going to happen next. Will Sandhagen get the shot, please? Yes, give him the shot. This shall be fun. The women's championship, Amanda Nunes, Megan Anderson. Will we see Nunes challenged for once, or will it be like another easy day at the office for Amanda Nunes? Have to wait and see. What else we have to wait and see for is Bellator kicking off again soon. And I think we haven't discussed the announcement yet, have we? The announcement of the Bellator Grand Prix, where they now pitting the two guys that everyone wanted to see against each other. Rumble Johnson versus Yoel Romero, I love you, in the first round. Now, many people, and me including, thought, why in the first round? Why don't wait for the final? But then again, maybe they don't make it to the final. You never know, right? So maybe it's better to actually have them go at it in the first round already, just to have that match and then just see where it goes from there. I'm torn about what to think. I hope we see the Rumble of old with the fire in his fists. Let me know what you think. I'm also curious to hear opinions there, because I'm really torn between this, because I haven't seen the old Rumble in forever. So it would be cool to see Rumble motivated again, the motivated Rumble. I prefer motivated Rumble over motivated McGregor. So that'd be fun. What else? Oh yeah, I say what else a lot today. I'm sorry. What else though? Ariel Helwani got a bit more flag again from people not from ESPN. So like last week we discussed like that he responded to Gina Carano and he's like all teary-eyed and like saying how much it hurts him and stuff, and then people on ESPN, like other reporters came out for support, like, yeah man, we got your back, all good. Lots of MMA podcasts, fighters and so on, however, they're a bit hating on Helwani, and what I said last time, I understand it. It was a bit like selfish, like making it about him, even though he wasn't really involved in the whole thing. So I understand where this comes from. And now over the last week, lots of other, content creators, bloggers, writers, fighters, podcasters, as I said, were chiming in and just calling Helvani out for this. And this then, so I don't try to pay too much attention. I listen to Helvani and DC when I'm going to work or something, or when I go to work out. But I don't try to follow like one single person too much, because then you just focus on that person too much, right? But now, because I talked about it last week, and now there's been lots of people coming out about it and talking about it, I followed it a little bit more. And so I saw a post on Instagram by Ariel Helvani where he posted, was it about the Derrick Lewis? Yeah, it was exactly. So he posted, he said like the Derrick Lewis win against Blades was the second biggest upset in UFC history in terms of like the betting odds. Just second to Bisping Rockhold 2, where Bisping knocked out Rockhold and became champion. The fun fact, to this day, I never watched Bisping Rockhold 2. I don't know whether it's a fun fact. Like someone who claims to be like the greatest MMA journalist to have ever stepped on the face of the earth, and then to say, hey, I'm awesome, I'm the almighty, I'm the goat of MMA journalism, but I never watched that fight. Yeah, cool, bro. I know it's like people at school in class saying like, I just got an A, but I actually never did the homework. It's like, yeah, asshole. I'm sorry. I don't call Ariel Helvani an a-hole. I'm just saying that's what you think about those people in class. That like, I didn't even study for the test, but I got an A. Great, cool. What if you are as much into MMA as you say you are? You would certainly want to watch one of the biggest upset. You said it yourself, it's the biggest upset in MMA history, betting wise, odds wise. So why wouldn't you watch it? Why wouldn't you want to know how it actually unfolded? Weird statement to make. I unfollowed already. So okay, that's it for today. Usually I try to end on like a happy note, and now I'm all sour and like mad. I gotta go hit the gym. So still trying to figure out like how to end it on a positive note. Well, let's end it on a positive note by looking back at how Derrick Lewis got his victory, because that was cool, and I'm happy for Derrick Lewis, and I hope he gets lots of food and stuff. Let's end it like this. If you haven't, go to Derrick Lewis' Instagram, of course. By the way, the memes about Curtis Blades were hilarious, of course. My favorite meme, obviously. I think as shot as it gets, great job there. Like Blades lying down, of course, and then the caption was, the Beast UFC, he's okay. Because that's what Derrick Lewis always posts on his Instagram. When he posts like those crazy, weird videos, it's always like, he's okay. So he's okay. Yeah, that was fun. So check it out. He posted a video of his interviewed by Helen Yee Sports. And so there's like twofold. Like they talked way back about like food and stuff, and then she asked him if he ever ate chicken feet. It's like, wow, now you're disgusting. And then fast forward like a few months later or so, they have another interview, and then she actually brought him like some fried chicken, but then also some chicken feet, and he was like, hey, you're disgusting. And it was kind of funny. And it's nice that he just posted it and just to throw some fun shade at Helen Yee. Just like, why not just have some fun during fight week? So that's something fun to end on. Check out Derrick Lewis' Instagram, the Black Beast UFC. You follow it anyways. Check it out. Let me know what you thought about the fights. Let me know what you think about the upcoming fights. Let me know how you feel about Gina Carano, about Ariel Helvani, about Andrew Schultz boxing, and if you want to see Brian Cannon take on Andrew Schultz in a boxing match. Until then, stay safe, take care, and I'll see and talk to you next week. What's up, everybody?